that the experiential and events marketing industry has opened up so many doors for me to start multiple businesses. This is one of the businesses that we've been able to start. So currently I'm driving, heading back up to the southeast area from Laredo, Texas. And I want to talk to you guys about realistic expectations in a partnership or even just in a business, right? Even setting why setting realistic expectations matter. So make sure my volume is up, make sure you guys can hear me well. And if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you give me some likes, drop your comments below for me, because I definitely want to hear from you. I want to know what expectations you've set in a business relationship or in a partnership, or even for yourself, that has helped you on your journey. All right. For me and my husband, right, we've been working together since we met. We actually met working in events together, and for us, we've had to learn as we've evolved. Now we've been married over 8 years, coming up on 9 years, and we've had to really learn the importance of setting realistic. Setting realistic expectations for ourselves as business partners and as a couple, as marriage, two married people, right, in a union. And oftentimes we have disconnects and we have issues because we're not listening to each other and we are not adhering to the expectations that we set for each other or for our designated roles and responsibilities that we are looking to perform or execute, whether it be from a business or a marriage standpoint. So, first off, before you can set realistic expectations for anybody else, you gotta first have realistic expectations for yourself. What are your requirements of yourself? How do you see and perceive yourself? What are some things that you're working on right now personally that you have to continue to work through so that you can meet expectations of where you currently are right now? Not where you're trying to go, but where you are currently right now in the state of your being, in the state of your mindset, in the state of your mental health and your physical health. What expectations do you have for yourself currently? And more importantly, are you adhering to those expectations that you have set for yourself? Are you being cognizant? Are you being aware? Are you being disciplined to make sure that you stick to those expectations for yourself? And even if you have instances in times where you do mess up, right, and you don't live up to the expectations that you set for yourself, how are you holding yourself accountable and being able to bounce back and continue to achieve the goals that you desire? We all can have dreams of being rich, dreams of accomplishing what we want to from a financial standpoint, but if we are not realistic with our goals and realistic with where we are right now, we could be setting ourselves up for a huge disappointment, right? A huge reality check, and to really be mentally depressed or mentally in a state where we feel like we can't ever accomplish anything. It can really affect your confidence, right? So when I say setting realistic expectations is so important, it's so crucial because it's gonna define in a lot of ways how you perceive them. Of course, we have goals, but I want to challenge you guys, instead of setting these 1 year, 6 month goals, start with just a weekly goal. Start with maybe just a monthly goal that you have for yourself, right? Because sometimes when we set the goals too lofty, too far out, we can lose track. And again, it goes back to the expectations and the accountability portion of this. Are you really doing enough to uphold your end of the bargain to make sure that you are accountable? So, setting expectations in a partnership is so important, but you got to start with yourself first, because you're going to mirror the expectations that you have in the partnership, whether that be in business or whether that be in a relationship. So first things first, you got to make sure, like I said, you set realistic expectations with yourself. Once you have realistic expectations, you can talk about setting expectations within your relationship. What does that look like for both of you if you're going to be two spouses working together? What do you expect from the other spouse? What role and responsibility are they going to perform? Who's going to pick up the slack when one person's not doing what they're supposed to do? When that person does not drop the ball, when they do drop the ball, because they will, what is going to be your expectation of them? How are you going to hold he or she accountable? Or are you going to be the type of person that keeps it over their head and not allow are they capable of being a great worker with your business? Yeah, they may be great for a 9 to 5, but are they going to be great as an entrepreneur? Don't put them in a position or a situation where they're not capable and able and they are failing and you're mad at them because they're not meeting the expectations. But my question to you is, you have to also look at the red flags. Did you see that they were not ready? Did you see that they were not capable? Did you see that they were not able? Even though they told you that they could do this, what were their actions showing you? So expectations versus reality is so important. And when we're looking at how we perceive ourselves, we got to be realistic and have the right expectations for ourselves. And then we got to make sure that whatever we are looking to create, whether that be in a business, whether that be personally for ourselves, that we're able to live up to that expectation before we're looking to go into business with someone else, or create a partnership, a union, a marriage, a relationship, personal relationship with someone else. The expectations have to start with you first. And then once you learn and you grow from that, your expectations, you can now create the right expectations for your business partner or for your spouse. And you guys can sit down in agreement and have expectations that you both can work towards, or expectations that you can keep that'll help both of you and nurture the relationship. Because the last thing you want to do is be in a relationship or be with someone who's not living up to the expectations that you have of them. So you got to make sure that you communicate. What are you expecting from them? What would you like to see happen in this relationship? How would you like to grow as a couple? How would you like to grow in business? What are we going to do when one of us drops the ball? What does the accountability look like individually? As a partnership, as a business, what does that accountability look like? So these are things you guys definitely have to keep in mind, and you definitely have to be aware of when you're looking to set expectations with somebody. Not everybody is perfect. No one on this earth is perfect. No one gets it right every time. But you gotta look at their intentions, look at where they're coming from, look at whether or not they are equipped. You're going to visit with this person, whether or not they are equipped to maintain and meet all the goals that you guys have from a business perspective. Okay? So I just wanted to give you guys some food for thought today as I was driving. I was thinking about that. And to also, man, just make sure that you are setting realistic expectations for yourself. You're not going to be perfect. You're not always going to get it right. But the most important thing is that you're continuing to do the work. Every day you're making a conscious effort to continue to work on yourself, to continue to look at yourself, look at the areas, look at the ways in which you can continue to grow, in which you can continue to become a better person, right? And have expectations that you can meet. Because once you start meeting those goals, it's going to build the confidence, it's going to equip you with what you need to keep moving forward and to continue to see the results that you desire. But it doesn't happen overnight. No business that grows exponentially overnight. It takes work. The relationship is perfect overnight. It takes work. But it takes a willingness from both people, from both parties, from both individuals to want to put the work in. But it also takes you guys from the beginning, setting expectations from what you require